delivered a fiery State of the Union address to a divided Congress and American public. He touted his administration's accomplishments while drawing a stark contrast to his likely general election opponent. CBS 2's 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡𝗓 has more on the speech and reaction from Capitol Hill.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Biden came out swinging in an election year State of the Union address, hitting many of the key issues on voters' minds, like his age.
The issue facing our nation isn't how old we are, it's how old are our ideas.
Reproductive rights.
I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
The economy and immigration.
We need to act now.
The president sometimes sparred with Republican lawmakers, like this response to Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene over the killing of a young Georgia woman, allegedly by a suspect who illegally entered the U.S. from Venezuela.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
The president also took on his likely 2024 GOP rival, former President Donald Trump, referring to him as my predecessor 13 times.
What's happened now is a horror show.
Trump slammed the address on social media, calling it, quote, an angry, polarizing, and hate-filled speech, while Alabama Senator Katie Britt delivered the official GOP response with her kitchen as the backdrop.
President Biden just doesn't get it.
On foreign policy, Biden vowed to stand up to Russian President Vladimir Putin. As pro-Palestinian protesters stood outside the Capitol, inside, the president announced plans to build a temporary port to get more humanitarian aid into Gaza, and he pledged to bring Israeli hostages taken by Hamas home. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡𝗓, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Expelled New York Congressman George Santos made a surprise appearance at the State of the Union and a surprise announcement. He posted on social media that he is returning to politics to run for a different seat in Congress. He claims he'll challenge Republican 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗓𝗓 for New York's District 1, which covers parts of Long Island. In response, Congressman 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗓𝗓 said in part, quote, to hold a pathological liar who stole an election accountable, I led the charge to expel George Santos. If finishing the job requires beating him in a primary, count me in.